There are many in the West who say that the crisis in Ukraine is something that was spawned by Russia. In fact, it is something that is deep within the divisions of Ukraine itself, stemming from its own tortured past. All Russia is trying to do is to protect its own nationals within that country. Ukraine has occupied a key position in between Russia and the West. Indeed, it was part of Imperial Russia and part of the Soviet Union for a long period of time, and only recently has it come over onto what the West considers its side of the bargain. Ukraine, in fact, would like to be independent and not be beholden to the West, but was forced into the Eastern Partnership through lieu of money and the promise of democracy. Then the West embedded a series of individuals into Maidan Square in Kiev in order to foment an overthrow of a democratically elected government, a government which has decided democratically to shift over its programs towards the Russians as opposed to the West. We can see in this map of the 2010 election that indeed Ukraine is divided ethnically and linguistically. And it is true that the eastern side of Ukraine actually would like to be part of Russia. This then is the source of these kind of revolts. And this is also why Crimea, which voted overwhelmingly in the referendum to join Russia, was annexed by us last April. Of course, the West would argue that it's the gas pipelines, and that's what Russia wants to control. But in reality, it is Ukraine's unceasing discrimination of Russian people in the eastern part of its country, again seen in this map, that causes the separatist movement to arise. Russia is merely assisting and helping in the operation to try to protect those Russian nationals from Western influence. Yes, they can brand Putin as Hitler and say that this is the annexation in 1938. But in reality, Russia is there to protect the nationals of Ukraine against an obvious Ukrainian government that has distinct and historical ties to Nazi groups. It is indeed a tragic and unnecessary conflict, but one that was started by the Nazi regime in Ukraine and its Western allies to humiliate Russia.